To all my listeners, my watchers that follow me on this channel, first, thank you. Thank you very much for following me this far on my newly found journey. I'd like to take a moment to make this video in honor of Mr. Shuhei Yoshida of Sony Computer Interactive Entertainment. He has recently announced, just recently, that he planned to depart Sony Interactive Entertainment after 31 years of great service to Sony Corporation, to Sony Interactive Entertainment, as well as Sony PlayStation's customers and fans. He's been with this company, I believe, since 1993. Heck, I was in high school. I was a sophomore. Yeah, I was a sophomore during this time. When he was just warming up, starting his career at Sony, creating the PlayStation, helped to shape the PlayStation 1. I was in high school. It was a very long time ago. Mr. Yoshida, if you happen to be listening to this, I want to be one of the many. I'm definitely not the first, but I want to be one of the many to thank you for your contribution to this industry, to the PlayStation brand, to Sony Interactive Entertainment, formerly Sony Computer Interactive Entertainment, but they shorten it to SIE. To them, as well as all the many fans and customers of the PlayStation. I'm definitely one of them, and I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done. You've paid a great service to this very bold and daring form of entertainment, the video gaming industry, and you must have loved it for having been with this company in this industry for so long. 3 decades. That's a long time. That's a long time of service. I'm sure there were times of despair. I'm sure there were especially during the PS3 days, when they were having issues with the overall PlayStation brand perception during those years. You stuck through. You've been a trooper for this company, for the brand, and we as gamers and customers and fans, we'd like to thank you. You've provided us games that we adore, and heck, I'm going to list a few of them, but these are games, these are titles that you definitely should recognize. You more than likely have played. I played them myself, and for most of the community, these games are beloved. So here are a few of them. He was executive producer for Gran Turismo 1 and 2, Ape Escape, and Legend of Dragoon. And on top of that, he helped produce games such as SOCOM, U.S. Navy SEALs, Jak and Daxter, and Twisted Metal Black. A lot of gamers in the community love these games. I haven't finished, but I've played the majority of these games, and they are tough, they're challenging, and they're beloved. I love them, and I would totally go back to playing these games on a regular. Now, he was president of Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios for a while, and then he decided to step down from that role as president and then form a new initiative, a new division that focused strictly on nurturing independent studios and independent developers to bring them up and include them in their portfolio of indie support for the PlayStation. Now, this was quoted from Phil Spencer himself on Twitter. Congrats on an amazing career at PlayStation. You'll always be a great advocate for the industry, for creators, and for the players. I appreciate the time we've been able to spend talking gaming. Thank you. And as a respectful friend to Phil, Shuhei responds right back to him on Twitter saying, "Thanks, Phil. I enjoyed talking with you too. Keep doing your pioneering work." Some people are a little taken back by his quote for saying pioneering work. Clearly, that is in reference to everything he's done with Game Pass. But that's the subject for another day. I'm not gonna get too much into that at all here. This is all about Shuhei today. And look, these guys are friends. The executives, yes, they're here to make the company money and themselves rich while making the company money. That goes without saying. But outside of the walls of their employment, these people are friends. I mean, just take a look at this photo between Phil Spencer and Yoshida. They're standing right here. I'm not sure when this photo was taken, but as you can see, they're real buddy, and somebody took this photo of them. Could have been another staff member, or could have just been a random fan that took a photo of them out in the blue. But apparently, they know each other. They know each other well to be in a photograph together, and they are from competing companies. But when they're all together, I mean, let's just have a good time and grab a meal, grab a drink, and take some photos. This is how the gaming industry is within their walls, as opposed to fanboys' walls. But yeah, there's no hate, there's no animosity between these companies. And this photo with two executives, highly paid executives, there's proof of that. Outside of individual bad apple developers that may have gripes with other employees due to this, that, and the other, especially pay grade, these executives, they're friends, and they don't see themselves as enemies to each other or want to see harm done to each other. When they're able to come together at conventions and former E3s and future game cons and Tokyo Game Show events and an upcoming video game awards event, they're friends, and you're deciding to leave this company after so long. I'm sure your peers and friends, that they'd consider you more than friends, and a colleague, they consider you family. We don't know, us gamers don't even know you, but we feel with your departure that there's going to be something truly missed and probably never replaceable. But it is wonderful to hear that after such a long term of service that you've done for them and us, that you've decided to move on, but not necessarily retire. Now, when this news broke, we understand that you've decided to just depart from Sony, but not exactly leave the industry. At least that is what I took from the news. You don't exactly plan to leave the industry, but I don't expect you to jump right back into it. To our understanding, you'll be with Sony from the time that I'm recording this in the month of December. You will remain on board until the start of the new year, and you plan to depart from Sony after January the 15th. So between now and the holidays, well, this is the month that everyone is pretty much taking their vacation time. So I totally expect you to take all the time that you need and recharge your batteries. Think about what the future is going to be, what's the future is going to hold for you going forward. Now, if you want to go by how fanboys are feeling and posting their thoughts and feelings over social media, they want to say that, well, something must have happened between Shohei and Sony to create some kind of a bad blood relationship between the two. I don't believe in that. I honestly believe that he felt that it's time. I think he even said it in an interview that he just felt it was time, that I've done everything that I possibly can do here after 30 some years, 31 some years. And I just want to see what else is out there for me that, I can call my own. I think that everything that he's done so far, everything that he's accomplished, and everything that he's credited for from Sony, which he appreciates, which I'm sure Sony appreciates and honor him, that he just like to just go out in the sunset on a high. He's extremely happy with the performance right now and the prestige of the PlayStation brand. He just wants to leave. He wants to leave on a high note that he considers a high note, and now's the time. So within the next 40 days, he would like to depart. Right after the holidays, he would just like to say his goodbyes and give hugs and kisses, kiss some babies, walking out the door, and just be the man that he wants to be now. Now, he has, a lot of people do want to harp on the idea, harp on his thoughts that he prefers to stay within the gaming industry. He doesn't want to leave it. It feels like this is a retirement statement coming from him, that he's retiring from Sony, but he's not retiring from the industry. Speculation is going rampant. Will he join with another one of the three? Will he join in with Nintendo, which is most likely to happen than him coming to Xbox, to coming to Microsoft? I see him more joining Nintendo than anybody else, but it's a possibility. Anything could happen. If he feels that he's done all he can for Sony and he'd rather just stay in the industry but not leave Japan, right? I'm not going to leave Japan is probably what he's thinking. The next best thing is either I'm going to shack up with any of the other smaller devs compared to Sony. We'll shack up with any one of the smaller devs. I mean, he has his pick of the litter here as far as Japanese developers. Square, Capcom, the list goes on. Square, Capcom, Konami, Nintendo, Kojima Productions. Any one of these companies would be like, oh, we welcome you with open arms if you really want to stay. Or does he just want to go off and do his own thing? Would he rather be his own development studio? I could see that. I could also see him, if he was to do that, I could also totally see him still working with Sony. So, I mean, he wouldn't be that far from home. He just wants something to call his own. That's what I see him doing. But at this age, I mean, the man was born in 1964. Just how much more fuel you have in the tank to be making games. You've produced games, you executive produced games in the past, but do you still have it in you to be as creative and dealing with the day-to-day operations? The day-to-day operations of running a studio, a gaming studio. I don't know. At this age, I mean, he's not getting any younger. You're getting older, my man. So, yeah, he's age 60, been in the gaming industry for more than half of his life. Just, hey, take a break. I suggest you can do what you want, bro. If you're listening to me, Yoshida, if you're listening, best advice, because I was in this industry too. Best advice, take some time, take a year. You got money. You're not hurting for cash. So take a year. Take a knee, see the world, come visit us here in the US. Just do some traveling. Well, do some more traveling because you've been all around the world. I know that much, but do some more. Do something with your family. Spend some time with the family, which I'm sure that's the first thing you're going to do. Spend more time with the family. Then collect your thoughts, recharge your batteries, and look at the gaming industry from a new pair of eyes, and really at that point make a decision: do I want to come back? Because whatever you do decide, I'm sure that we'll be fine with. Whoever you happen to either go to, or whatever decision you happen to make as far as being an independent developer, I'm sure people will be right there, right in line to support your product, support your games. But until that time, we're going to take this time to honor you and to thank you. Once again, thank you for everything you've contributed to this industry, the many hours of entertainment you have helped provided us gamers, and the message of hope and creativity to all your immediate peers that you're leaving behind from SIE. We all thank you a million times, and we wish you the absolute best in whatever decision you happen to make next. And with that being said, my dear friends, I am your host, Musical Weapon. Come back again. We'll do this again. And thank you.